if you understand what the objectives are here, it's absolutely the worst thing possible that could have happened is for there to have been the red wave such as we're talking about, where it would now look like we don't really need to address the broken electoral system.
Hi, this is Alonzo Bodden with another Rebel HQ TYT video. So Prophet Johnny Enlow says a red wave would have been the worst thing possible. Well, you know what? Prophet Alonzo Bodden disagrees. That's right. Call me Prophet. Why? I have more Instagram followers than Johnny does, so that's as good a qualification as any. I will now be a prophet for a prophet, just like Johnny. You think the red wave winning would have been the worst thing possible? You think your crazy candidates winning would have been the worst thing possible? Johnny, who are you talking to? Your leader, the Baby Hands. Baby Hands says winning is everything. He said he wins so much, he is tired of winning, which is why he didn't win. But he thinks winning is the best thing possible, Johnny. So how could it be the worst thing possible? Johnny, your prophecy is slipping.
Because what's being revealed and released, and is what we're going to find more and more, is how much more fraud was done this time. I mean, I'm hearing already of someone who was elected in Pennsylvania who was dead, but they were on, somebody had put them on, and so they won an election. And
by the way, when you say how much more fraud, do you mean how much additional fraud, or do you mean how much more fraud than the last 2020?
Both.
Okay.
Now, Johnny, I got to tell you, Prophet Alonzo Bodden thinks winning is the best thing possible. In anything I'm involved in, I like winning, whether it be the Democrats or California or black people or the Clippers. Anything. If I'm involved and they're winning, that's a good thing, Johnny. Let me explain it to you, Johnny. Winning good, losing bad. How did you get your prophet license and not know that? Oh, you want to talk about fraud. Johnny, do you really want to talk about fraud? Do you really want to talk about dead people when Republicans are the ones notoriously to have dead people voting? I don't think so. You know, Johnny, I just don't think you're good at this prophet thing. You don't know what's going on now, let alone the future. But I get it, Johnny, I get it. You've conned a bunch of people, well, your party, your leader has conned a bunch of people into thinking that they lost through fraud, so you need them to lose again so they will continue to think they lost through fraud and then somehow send you money. I don't know how you work that last part, because I've been a prophet for at least 10 minutes now and I haven't made a dime. But I get it. You want them to believe that there's some kind of fraud in the election. Now, you mentioned voting for a dead candidate. Well, guess what, Johnny? You can vote for a dead candidate. You might do it out of protest. You might do it as a joke. You might do it because you didn't know that candidate was dead. Just write him in, or maybe he or she died when they were put on the ballot before the election, whatever. You can vote for dead people, Johnny, because if you elect them, they don't show up for work, and then you vote for someone else. That's not really fraud, Johnny. That's more of a mistake. But I understand you have to keep your people scared and let them think that some kind of fraud is going on. They couldn't have lost by, I don't know, getting fewer votes, Johnny. I think that's what happened.
I will state this part not as prophetic. I'll state what I'm going to say right now as a statement that I believe will be proven true. That we'll see that this is part of a continuing sting operation that good military is doing, and it's part of a reveal that is necessary.
Now, Johnny, you say the good military is working on a sting operation. Well, first of all, Johnny, if it's a sting operation, you probably shouldn't have told us about it. You're really not good at this prophecy thing. You're supposed to tell us things we don't know, not secrets you do know. But anyway, who is this good military, Johnny, and who are they reporting to? Wasn't there an insurrection? Didn't you guys try to overthrow the government? I'm thinking if you have a military and you're trying to overthrow a government and they don't show up, they're not really a good military. Good militaries always show up to overthrow governments. That's part of what they do, Johnny. Johnny, your military isn't good. Your prophecies aren't good. Johnny, you're slipping. This is Prophet Alonzo Bodden, and you know what I see in your future, Johnny? Blue. Yeah, a lot of Democrats, like in the Senate and in so many governors' mansions, and who knows, maybe in the presidency again. You guys have 15 candidates. You have to whittle it down and then kiss up to Trump. So I don't know what's your prophecy there, Johnny? What's your prophecy there? You know who was a prophet, Johnny? The Metris guy in Houston. He won $75 million on the World Series. He didn't have to con anybody. Now that's a prophet with a prophet. Good luck, Johnny. Prophet Alonzo Bodden saying, I'll see you at the meeting.